Okay, we're going to start solving a multi-step equation, which is just an equation that has more than 2 steps, 3, 4, 5, so forth. Probably no more than 5 or 6 steps, though, that we're going to do today. This one is going to be a 3-step equation. The rules are the same for solving all equations. From 1 step to 10 steps, you still should follow the same rules, or the same steps, I should say, to get your variable by itself. You may have to skip more steps in certain equations, depending on how lengthy the equation is, but you're still going to follow the same steps. Those steps always start off with distribute first. Okay, now you'll know when you need to distribute when you guys see parentheses in your problem. Do you see any parentheses in this problem? No. So we're going to skip step 1. Step 2 will be combine your like terms on each side first. So we're going to look on the left side over here, and we're going to see if there's any like terms that we can combine on this one side first. If there is, let's go ahead and highlight. So let's see. We have a 2x, a positive 3, and a positive 5. Which of these are like? Well, we should know that our constants are our like terms. So here and here. Okay. Those are going to add up when we combine them to a positive 8. Okay. And then we drop down everything else. Now, the next step is what you guys, I'm sure, are most used to, being that we just finished 2-step equations. This is a 2-step equation from now on. We're still going to combine our like terms, but the like terms happen to be on opposite sides of the equation this time. So if you see, this constant here and this constant here are both on opposite sides. In order to combine those like terms, we have to take the inverse. And of course, we're going to do a minus 8, which is inverse of a plus 8, because we want to move the constants to the right side, and then keep the variable term on the left. Okay? And then we do the math as is here. 10 minus 8 is 2. Drop the 2x down. Now we're on to a 1-step equation, okay? 2x divide by 2 on both sides, and we get x equals 1. Okay? Notice, 3-step equation up here, turned to a 2-step equation, finished off 1 step, and then we got our answer. Okay? Okay, the next problem we're going to do is another multi-step problem. It's actually going to take only 3 steps like the previous problem we did, and we're going to follow the same steps starting with distribution. Now, do we see parentheses anywhere? No. So let's go ahead and combine like terms on first the left side. What's like on the left side? Well, I see we have a negative 5b and a positive 1b. No other b terms, so let's combine these first. Negative 5 plus 1 is a negative, is a negative 4b. Okay. And then we drop this negative 3 down because he does not get combined until this step. Now, it's a 2-step problem, and this is where we would combine our like terms. But now they're opposite sides of the equal sign. So in order to combine these two, we would have to take the inverse of this positive 3, of this negative 3, which is positive 3. That cancels out. We drop the negative 4b down, and then add 16 plus 3, which is 19. Last step, 1-step problem, we divide by a negative 4. Don't forget the negative. And we have b equals to, well, I know it's going to be a negative, first of all. 4 goes into 19. 5 times would be 20, which is 1 too many. So we're going to say 4, which is 16. And there's 3 left over. Oh, and a 4 is the denominator. Okay, this problem actually includes 1 extra term on the left side. If you see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 terms on this side instead of the last problem. Last 2 had 3 terms. So it's just a little bit different, but same exact steps. We're going to start off looking for our like terms or for our parentheses. Can we distribute anywhere? No. So again, back to step 2. Are there like terms on the left side? Yes, there's 2 W terms, 2 variable terms, and then there's 2 constants here. So you can put together or combine either of those terms together, whatever ones you feel like first. I'll do the constants first, these guys. -4 plus 3 will give me a -1, and then a -1W, and a -2W. Remember, I'm always adding when I combine. -1 plus a -2. -1 plus a -2. It will look like this. Plus a -2 is always going to be -3W. Okay? Drop the 5 down. And just by combining my like terms, my problem immediately turns into a 2-step equation. I cleaned it up very well. Next step, combine like terms on opposite sides. We have this -1 on the left side here that can be combined with this 5 on the right. Because they're on opposite sides of the equation, we have to take the inverse. Okay. Then we have 6 on the right, divide by -3, and we have W equals -2. So same type of problem, an extra term, but if you haven't noticed, it still ended up being a 3-step problem, even though there was an extra term in there.